We last left off not being able to use Streamlabs in the Aqtion AQN107 10 gig NIC. And so what we're going to want to do now is figure out why. But unfortunately, my networking knowledge is not very strong. So I think I'm going to need y'all's help to really help me figure this one out and what might be going on. So first and foremost, we need to, prove that we are in fact using the Aqtion 10 gig NIC. So let's take a quick look at that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is actually to, show you guys that I have in fact using the 10 gig NIC here. So this is the Aqtion Aqtion 10 gig network, blah, 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 blah. And, TCP, it says working. So we can verify this by, we can go to YouTube and well, bam. So clearly working. Now, the interesting part about this, obviously, is if we open up Streamlabs here. And so if I were to hit go live, it, connects or does its thing. Man, this is taking forever. Okay, I don't know why it's not working now, but we'll take a look at that in a second. The point is that it's not, in fact, it doesn't work. So a couple things that you guys suggested I take a look at is making sure that jumbo frames is turned off. And actually it turns out that it's disabled. And for the longest time, I actually thought I had it enabled because when I was transferring data from the truncator to the Unraid server, that was something I needed to enable, especially for files that were, 32 plus gigabytes in file size. And it's already disabled. So I'm going to move the camera around so I can actually show you Streamlabs not working and also showing that jumbo packets are disabled. Okay, so I apologize if this is hard to see. Once again, just going to show that jumbo packets are disabled. Bam, bam, disabled. And we're going to bring up Streamlabs. Say go live, and so we're stuck in this starting state, which is very, very, very odd. I don't understand why this is. Now this is going to take a long time to time out, so I'm just going to send this to the background. And so I know that in the past, or some problems I've had in the past with some devices, they don't like. Oh, there we go. So it finally produced an error. Could not access the specified channel or stream, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. So I think some applications in the past require you to set a link speed. Like you can't have auto negotiation turned on. I feel like I'm walking right out of the 90s with that, and that was a thing in the 90s. So I'm actually going to start with 1G here, and we're going to retry our test, and we're going to wait to be reconnected to the internet. Or, well, to the network. I shouldn't say the internet, but to the network nonetheless. I'm connected to the internet. We're going to close Streamlabs to give Streamlabs the benefit of the doubt. And in Streamlabs' defense, this is also an OBS problem. It's not specifically Streamlabs. But the application I like to use is Streamlabs, so that's kind of why they're being targeted. So we've changed the link speed to 1G. Or gigabit, and that doesn't seem to have worked either. We'll let that sit, and I'll go ahead and open up OBS real quick, and hopefully I can show you the same results. But we have to wait for this one to fail. All right, there we go. So, all right, I closed it, but it still produced error. So we're gonna hit start streaming. Okay, so Twitch might not be working on here, or I might not be logged in. We'll stick to Streamlabs. We're not going to switch back and forth to both. All right, so let's go back to properties, configure, advanced. We're going to set our link speed. Let's assume that it's a, I don't know. We'll just set it to 10G. That way it'll be stuck at that. All right, cool. And we'll open Streamlabs again. Go live. Oops. And same problem. All right, so we're all waiting for that to fail. What we're gonna do now is switch over to my onboard Intel Ethernet controller, just to prove that it does in fact work and is not a it's not a me problem, I guess. I mean, it could be a me problem. I don't really know what. But we are going to do that. So let's zoom over here a little bit. All I'm doing is just reaching back behind the PC and grabbing my Ethernet cable. Oh, wow. I think I'm going to have to get in front of the camera for this one. Maybe not. Let's see. Nope, I can squeeze back here. And I plugged it into that. All right, we can clearly see now that the Intel NIC is plugged in, and I have a network connection, and we can prove that because I can go online damn near instantly, and this is without restarting Streamlabs. Bam, live. Let me bring this up a little bit. I have the option to end the stream. It says I'm live for 7 seconds, whatever. Close this, and I am now offline. So Streamlabs definitely does work. OBS does work this way too. We confirmed that in the previous video, I believe. So some differences. I honestly don't know what the problem could be. One thing that's really interesting is that this Intel NIC has a lot less features in it. Jumbo packets are disabled, obviously. So maybe this could be a thing because the features are different from each other. So ARP offload, I know that has to do with switches, not necessarily switches, but that's not something that we need to do because a switch will handle ARP. I have no idea what downshift retries is. Energy efficiency disabled. Flow control, that's the same for our Intel NIC. Interrupt moderation enabled, no idea what that is. No idea what interrupt moderation rate is. It's set to adaptive. There's all sorts of things in here that I just don't know what they are. Let's change this actually back to auto negotiation while I'm here. I have no idea what locally administrative address is. There's just so much, and I'm hoping that one of you guys is a network person and can help me figure this out. Some of the stuff like VLAN ID, monitor, I know what some of those things are, at least conceptually. Okay, so what can we do now? So because I'm not really a networking person, the only thing I can think of to do is to try a different NIC. In theory, there could be some driver differences, but there really shouldn't be too much of a difference between the way they connect, I think. I know I'm usually a stickler about always wanting Intel NICs because I've had issues in the past with some NICs like Broadcom. I'm not really a fan of Broadcom NICs. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this Intel, what is this? This is a 5250 T2. So this is an older NIC, but it does check out, and we'll see what happens. And this is cool. It's dual ports, unlike the Aqtion one. So let's get this installed. I'm just going to reach in here and unscrew the Aqtion NIC, or we'll unscrew. Yeah, whatever. You guys know what I mean. And hopefully it's not on fire. Oh, it is unplugged. It is unplugged. And we are gonna slot in. So yeah, that's the Aqtion NIC. So this is actually a really good 10 gig NIC, and this is the first I've ever had problems. I don't want to say with it, but problems with it. And let's see if I can find the slot. Going in blind, goose. appear to be stuck on something. I'm not sure what. Wow, so after struggling a little bit to get this freaking thumb screw in, I finally managed to. We're gonna have to cut so much of this video part out, or this part of the video out. All right, let's power this back on. I guess my monitor decided to turn off. What's going on here? There we go. All right, so again, Aqtion NIC removed, computer rebooting. Hopefully Windows works its magic and finds the NIC installed, the Intel NIC installs the drivers for us. Go ahead and open this stuff. Okay, it looks like it already has, so let's zoom in a little bit on this. So what we're looking at here is the both the ports are obviously not plugged in. We go to properties here, and this is an X520T2. I know it's gonna be kind of hard to see for you guys, but it is there. And it is not plugged in. So we're gonna switch over to NICs. I won't show you this part, just so you can see that, you know, this is all happening. All right, well, bam. I think I plugged into the second port. Yep, nailed it. All right, let's bring up Streamlabs and see what happens. All right, we are going to click on go live, oh, and what? And it instantly connected, just like it should. So that is some strange activity. All right, I really would like your help to figure this one out, because I still want to use this Aqtion NIC in the truncator, the gaming computer, because the X520T2 is supposed to be used in my server builds, and while I could get another one on the cheap, you know, I spent $100 on this, so I want to use it. And also I'm curious as to why this just doesn't work. And, you know, maybe we need to get Streamlabs on the case, or some of the OBS developers or something, because I really can't think of a reason why, except maybe beyond some drivers. And I know I didn't show you guys in this video, but the drivers are up to date from Marvell, because Marvell acquired Aquantia, or however the hell you say it. So I can't get anything newer yet as of date. So maybe in the future, when we take a look at this again, hopefully from y'all's ideas, we can figure it out and what might be going on. So drop comments, hit me up on Twitter, whatever it is. Let me know a bunch of things I should try to get this to work, because again, I don't have the knowledge. The switching equipment, literally we didn't touch. We didn't even look at the networking side of stuff. All we did was switch the NICs, and clearly, you know, there's a difference between Intel and the Aqtion NIC, but clearly it's not a networking problem. Well, maybe I shouldn't say clearly. I wouldn't believe it's a network equipment problem, because, you know, of the 3 NICs we tried, both of the Intel ones worked fine, and the Aqtion one didn't. So please drop some comments, hit me up on Twitter, let me know what you think. Let's solve this. Thanks.